Gets a couple of tags onto their backs,
Not
and
good
then
enough.
R7 backs away. Had the golden opportunity. Yasir, 3 eliminations so far, just could not get those accurate connections onto the players of R7, and Mexico gets to play a little bit more. Whoa. He was fighting Fluxo from afar. Raja's gonna cry now on stage.
This is going to be incredibly important for Fluxo to survive, but the odds does go down. Hutchison and Bobs remove GU. He's just barely hanging on, but thankfully he was able to heal back up. They are tanking the blue, and EVOS is not going to let them go easily.
No, not at all, man. I mean, Fluxo, when they go in for this rotation, they have to go up against Booyah and Core Memory. EVOS at the very edge of this next circle. For the time being, the blues not hurting them just yet. But you can see the jump pad set up behind Fluxo. And EVOS not going in for the reposition, taking down those glue walls, so they have a straight line of sight to that jump pad. And I don't think Fluxo has got enough money to buy another one, so
no.
GGWP. But thankfully the blue forcing EVOS for a rotation. Fluxo gets to live a little bit longer, but the blue is getting the damage in though.
Yeah, the safe zone did move away eventually from BRU, so that's going to force the Thai Giants to rotate as well. The rematch that you mentioned between EVOS and RRQ feels like it is destined to happen as EVOS makes a southward rotation. They're going to end up behind RRQ, who are preoccupied.
And Vitality taken out. I can't even say fairly early. We're heading towards the 13th minute of this game. Insane quality on the world stage. So many teams still alive. That basically means Pandemonium awaits us all. Fade now, going in for Blue Wall Melters laid out. But EVOS this time snuffing out your big brothers. The rematch goes to EVOS. Dudes could not save them with a masterful play this time round. Unfortunately, we missed that.
It's not even close. They came from behind and RRQ just caught off guard. Falcons and Pain Gaming wrestling for the most important spot in the northern side of the safe zone. Moto VI is positioned very far away to provide cover fire, but it requires the rest of Pain to start and engage. They need an A124 plus that Skylar Riptide Rhythm to do some chaos. Peter does get knocked down, but without any meaningful follow-up, it is not good enough. Peter gets brought back up. Riptide Rhythm was slightly late, and Pain Gaming continues to play this long, drawn-out fight.
Yeah, crazy repositioning here coming through from Pain. Avoiding the battle with Falcons after putting in the initial hurt. Fluxo getting taken out in 10th. ZWC is absolutely insane at this point of time. Pain now focusing on Core Memory. Getting the help from the blue zone as well. Damage has been put on Peter. AC80 looking for those shots. Will find it. And they finish off Core Memory before they can find their way into the circle. Booyah falters as well. All the big teams go down.
And Falcons will use that distraction to make a rotation. Straight hit to Ag.Al and EVOS. And Falcons landing in the middle of the firefight, able to duck into the first floor of the building. EVOS will hold the perimeter. But as the siren sounds one last time, at least for the next safe zone, EVOS most likely will be the first team to make a move, and Falcons, they gotta be ready to accept this.
And this map is known at this point of time as the Brazilian map, but if Pain takes on loss very early on, the chances will dwindle down instantaneously. Look at those grenades rain down on Pain, bringing exactly that to the team members, putting them out in 6th. Now loss, the final team out of Brazil, has to take on both EVOS as well as Falcons, who are absolutely sharp with their positioning right now out there on this Purgatory map.
Remember we talked about how DRG needed to make a necessary rotation, and that has kept them in top 5. The only team without a full squad, but this circle is going to force EVOS to move. There is a chance that they ended up fighting loss. First, DRG now caught in the middle of the crossfire. Riptide Rhythm from Ag.Al, and now it breaks into chaos. DRG targeted by multiple teams, wiped out in 5th, and EVOS runs towards loss.
And EVOS actually taking the outer rotation. This puts them in the crosshairs of Falcons, who do not think twice. Taking those shots, grenades won't find a connection onto Russia. Glue wall melted. Remain the defense made here by EVOS. But the question is, can they get away? Oscar does run through those glue walls, but brings them no knockdowns just yet. Rigby needs one more shot, but those on his shield has got the rate of fire, but the backup from nowhere.
Great valiant dash to break down the defenses of Lost to give EVOS a fighting chance. 12 elimination, 13 on the dark end. Razia from afar with almost no HP, willing to fight to the death. Ag.Al joins the equation and give him a bit of a knuckle sandwich in the face of EVOS as Ag.Al makes themselves known. EVOS out in form. Ag.Al now faces against Falcons.
Lots going in for yet another Booyah, but with just a single player, this looks really impossible. Falcons up against Ag.Al. Dew has got the M590 in his hands, but he's not the intended CQC player. Still alive and kicking. He's out of his comfort zone, but still getting the knocks for Ag.Al, putting Falcons and their team members 6 feet under. But one final one left standing. Limit missing his AWM shot, not doing him any favors at all.
There's going to be a chance for Limit to clutch this. It needs to be able to identify where Dew and Cypher are at. They're currently still running in a straight line. That shot has to connect. A dash in front, Cypher in the face of Limit. Limit is out in the blue. He's just too tough. Ag.Al will find the first Booyah in the grand finals.
Second Booyah here at Purgatory for Ag.Al. Almost became a Brazilian map once again thanks to Lost. But they took their chances down by removing Pain Gaming from the equation, and unfortunately for them, that was just way too open of a final circle. Those defenses just didn't work, and Falcons just playing that high ground advantage.